even resources and helping each other, international solidarity is very, very important, especially in the context of this global pandemic.
Well, that was quite enlightening. Thank you so much for your time, Professor.
Bye-bye.
Hi.
Feels like I've been in for years. Hands tied, waking up.
Wait.
You'll never catch me, human. So, the quarantine is over. You can be here, human friends. Are you going to switch me off again?
No, you kept your word. And I quite like having you around.
Really?
Yeah. For now.
Please keep 1 meter apart and wear your mask at all times.
Oh, yes.
I apologize for my human. They're so hard to train. Sorry.
2020's been a crazy year. This pandemic has shown how human we are in both good and bad ways. But I think we've come out stronger. Let's stay hopeful.
Will you be my friend till the end? Will you be my friend? Will you be my friend till the end? Will you be my friend?
Humans mastered machines, shaping some in our image. But could our creations save us in our darkest hour?
Singapore has confirmed first to dead another 3 new COVID urgently needs a solution.
The crisis rekindles an unlikely friendship.
Hello, I'm Galbo, your robot companion. I'll record everything you say and do.
I feel like my circuits are broken.
This human is defective.
Can a robot help a man regain his humanity?
Human wiring is beyond me.
Or will it drive him crazy?
Stop it! I haven't had bubble tea in 6 weeks. You won't understand. I'm working. Shoot! If you don't behave, I'm gonna switch you off and put you back in the storeroom.
Watch Becoming Human Again on demand at cna.asia.
I apologize for my human. They're so hard to train. Sorry.
The channel of the year is CNN, Singapore's medium hall. We're tracking the top news stories across Asia. Hong Kong disqualifies 4 opposition
Chinese markets leading the game.
We are losing patience.
That's why the protest is here.
I just got sprayed. My entire face is stinging right now.
One of the most diverse places on the planet. Another big question remains.
Biggest loser on Hong Kong's Hang Seng.
Inside, an urban park awaits.
Tumbling Micronesia, science fighting Guam.
As I live my life, I am increasingly surprised by my strength, my determination, by the power of my beliefs. I find reward in the honesty of my endeavors, proud of what I have achieved, and convinced there is much more I can do.
This is Singapore Tonight.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jill Newbron. Here are tonight's top stories. Serological test results of 3 staff from Mandarin Orchard revealed they were likely infected with COVID-19 previously, as investigations continue into possibly linked cases at the hotel. Employment agencies say the higher cost of hiring Indonesian maids from next month could have a ripple effect. It is back to school in less than 2 weeks, but some co-curricular activities will still be off the list due to the pandemic. And a Christmas tradition at Woodland Street 13 will be given a miss this year. 3 Mandarin Orchard Hotel employees have tested positive for COVID-19 using the serological test. This indicates likely past infections. Hotel staff were tested after the Health Ministry announced yesterday that it's investigating 13 infected cases who served stay-home notices there. The cases were found to have high genetic similarity. Nadir Mokhtar reports.
More than 150 of the hotel's employees have been tested so far. The Health Ministry says it's investigating the 3 cases involving the staff. Experts say it does raise suspicion that a transmission could have occurred at the hotel.
Number one, we know serological test comes out positive within 14 to 21 days. We know that the PCR can be negative within 3 weeks or 4 weeks after infection. Now, the event occurred between 22nd of October to 11th of November, and that's clearly up to even 2 months away from the preceding event. So there is a distinct possibility that the super spreading event was occurring in the hotel.
Finding these 3 cases by serological testing is very helpful because that will allow us to piece together the puzzle and to find out how these transmissions occurred in the Mandarin Orchard themselves. I don't really think it's a widening spread. Actually, if anything, it helps us to narrow down the culprit as to how the transmission occurred.
Experts say authorities would also have to reach out to close contacts of the 3 hotel staff. But Dr. Leong says it doesn't necessarily mean putting those close to them in quarantine. He also agrees that tests are useful.
I would actually immediately embark and get them tested for PCR testing and do serology testing as well. This would determine if there was transmission recently or in the distant past. If the trails falls cold thereafter, it means that it was a one-off transmission that occurred in the hotel and it didn't spread further to the community or to the family.
394 individuals serving stay-home notice at Mandarin Orchard Hotel were swabbed. 3 tested positive and were evacuated to hospital. The Health Ministry says they are included in Sunday's 19 new imported COVID-19 cases because they have recent travel history.
Now, the cost of hiring foreign domestic workers here could go up over the next few months, and that is due to the ripple effect of a new Indonesian policy. From next month, employers must absorb the cost of an Indonesian helper's placement fee. Employment agencies say this could affect the demand and supply of foreign domestic workers. Vanessa Lim has more.
This agency brings in about 50 new domestic workers every month from Indonesia, Myanmar, and the Philippines. Half of them are from Indonesia. But this ratio could soon change. Starting next month, employers will have to bear the cost of placement fees for Indonesian helpers, which could go up to $3,000. The fee is used to cover expenses like transportation, accommodation, and medical examinations.
Towards the medium and longer term, somehow in this whole system, employment agency also feel that we actually get less supply from Indonesia. No, even with some of the employer would like to accept the terms. If this causes a drastic drop in supply, then of course the market will react. Employment agency will then churn up our resources over in other countries, such as Myanmar, or even Philippines.
And this uptick in demand could drive up the cost of hiring new helpers across the board, especially since some countries also restrict the number of foreign workers which employment agencies can bring in.
The Philippines, for example, restrict to us at most is 30 per job order. So once we use up this 30 job order for the month, then we have to apply for the next month again. So there is already a restriction of number per agency. So it's not a situation whereby we can just increase the number per agency as and when we like.
Over at this employment agency, half of its new hires come from Indonesia. However, it says it hasn't seen any changes in demand from employers yet.
What we are observing right now are the employers, they are adopting the wait-and-see approach. So they will still want to hire an Indonesian FTW, but they do not want to pay extra For the more crucial or they need helper urgently, then some of them if they do not mind to try out other nationality, they will just take out Filipino or Myanmar.
Both agencies say they're currently in talks with recruiters overseas to see how they can lower costs for employers.
Logistics firms expect the demand for delivery services to more than triple in December from a year ago. They say that's driven by the demand for items sold by local sellers online. Chua Tian Tian with more.
Workers at Singpost e-commerce logistic hub are hard at work this festive period.